Hi there, especially for 7:15 Tuesday Pilates class, who requested some homework. So you're going to start on sitting with weight even on both sitting bones, 2 knees dropped out to the side, hands up holding onto the front of your ankles. On each out breath, drop your knees away from the centre, trying to create a wee bit more stretch through the hips. Let them release in the breath in and reach away on the out breath. All the time trying to keep the spine nice and steady and tall. Do between 10 to 15 of those to warm the hips up. Then change in position for spine stretch forward. 2 feet hip distance or slightly wider apart. Feet flexed as if you were standing on the floor. 2 hands resting on the thighs. Breathe in to lengthen the back of the neck, and on the out breath, softly slide forward, creating a small curve equal throughout the spine to the waist as the end point. Stay there for breath in. And as you breathe out, creep back up again, coming right back up to that tall position. Should be a soft, smooth curve. Breathing in to lengthen the back of the neck. On the out breath, slightly bend through the back of the rib cage. Lower rib cage as far as the waist. Staying there for a breath to expand the back of the rib cage. And as you breathe out, roll back up through the spine, bone by bone, to sit up tall. From spine stretch forward, useful to move into a twist. So in the twist, 2 feet again, out wider this time, hands slightly wider than your legs. Stay as tall as you can and breathe in to turn and breathe out to return. Arms don't make the movement, center is drawing you round to the side. Attempt to do this and find you're very, very stiff. You can add a small stretch in to help. So take one leg extended, fold the other leg up over the top, and with the same hand, draw that knee towards the opposite shoulder. Stay there for breath in. As you breathe out, spin the torso around using the tummy muscles, then press the shoulder blade back and eventually turn to look over the shoulder. Stay there for a wee breath in, and on the out breath, return. So you're going to do the same to each side several times to loosen up the spine. So changing the hands, hand rests. Breathe in to turn if that's more effective. Breathing out to push the shoulder blade back. Breathing in to add in the breath. And on the out breath, come back to center. So you're trying to use the breath to encourage more mobility in the spine. So whichever works better for you, breath in or breath out, I would use that to try and create that rotation. From there, you're going into balance point. Balance point is a point where you can stay with your 2 legs in the air, toes touching, very light support through the arms and the back of the knee, and you're trying to see if you can keep a lifted breastbone as well as the legs being lifted in the air. From that, you can move into seesaw. 1 foot taps down onto the floor, the other leg lengthens up in the air. As you lengthen the leg, push from the back of the leg to try and create that range of movement that in most people will create a bit of a stretch in the back of the thigh or hamstring. And again, lengthening out. So try again. Maybe doing 10 on each side. From there, rolling back onto the mat. It's a soft movement. Feeling the sensation of your tailbone rolling underneath you. And when you return to the mat, gently fold each leg up. Taking 1 leg up at a time, maintaining a very steady torso. 2 hands rest on the fronts of your knees to come up to roll like a rocker for more spinal mobility. Lift the head gently off floor and keep drawing the center in and curling up to get to a point where you're up resting in the small of the back, and from that position just press the feet to the floor to create a tiny rock through the lower part of the back. Okay, preparations you can use to help you with the rocking action are of course spine curls, where you flatten your lower back into the floor and peel the spine up, which also helps create mobility in the smaller lower part of the spine. Maybe drawing each leg in towards you and doing buttock lifts, drawing the buttock